afford the mortgage? Would their shy son ever make a friend in school? No. A wise woman could easily make the decision that certain information would only bring pain to her loved ones, so why not keep all the pain to herself? She could handle it on her own, which meant they didn't need to. Men were different. In Lily's experience, men liked things out in the open. So given a bit of time, Seth might feel entirely differently about the whole notion that his mother had borne another child before him when she was very young, and had handed that child to a convent that had in turn handed her to a sister convent in Melbourne. It might just help him if he were to meet that child. An open-ended ticket, Lily decided. That would be the right way to travel to see Seth and Frankie. Martin, one of Lily's two grown-up sons, had set the whole thing in motion. Soon after Sam's death, Martin, who was tall, kind and clever, just like his father, had taken up genealogy and started spending many hours on his computer looking for details of his past. As a university history lecturer, he said he couldn't believe he'd never thought to do this before. "It's the history of our family. I should have taken this on years ago. What's wrong with me?" he asked, running hands through shaggy dark hair that made Lily's fingers itch to get the scissors to it, the way she used to when he was a child. The thought of him as a child, of her life when he and his brother were children, made her breath catch. When Martin and Evan were children, she'd had her darling Sam. Now he was gone. He died 6 months ago, gone to who knew where, and she was just as heartbroken as if it had happened yesterday. No matter that Lily told everyone that she was coping, her sons, her daughters-in-law Daphne and Bethany, the girls in the book club, her best friends Doris and Valletta, her pals in the Vinnie's shop where she put in a few volunteer hours a week. She wasn't coping. Not at all. On the outside she could smile and say she was fine, really. But inside was different. The entire world had a Sam-shaped hole in it, and she wasn't sure she could bear to live with it anymore. In this new world, the sky was a different blue, harsher somehow. The sun's heat, once glorious, had a cruel quality to it, and the garden they'd both loved felt empty without the 2 hives Sam had kept for 40 years. There was no gentle hum of bees lazily roaming through the flowers. In the early stages of his illness, Sam had given his hives to his best friend in the local beekeeping association. "I think they're too much for you to handle, sweetheart," he told her as he watched with sad eyes, while Shep carefully got the 2 traditional-style hives with their little pagoda roofs ready for transportation. "Shep could come in and open them every 8 or 9 days, Lily had protested. "He does it when we're on holiday. He could do it now." "I think I'm worn out looking after them," Sam said. Lily knew he was lying, but she said nothing. Deep down, Sam knew he wasn't coming out of hospital, but he'd never tell her that. He'd always protected her, and he was still doing it. Now, afterwards, there were plenty of jars of honey in the pantry, but Lily, who used to love a glossy smear of golden honey on whole grain toast, couldn't bring herself to open a new one. Nothing tasted the same. The flat whites she loved from the little shop near the library tasted so strange that she'd asked the girl behind the counter if they were using a different coffee. "No, it's the same, fair trade Java." "Do you want me to make another one? No sweat." Lily shook her head. Of course the coffee wasn't different. She was different. It must have been his father's death that prompted Martin's interest in the family tree. Martin's wife Daphne groaned good-humouredly to her mother-in-law about Martin's passionate new interest. "Between Martin being permanently attached to the PC on genealogy sites," she said, "and Diane glued to hers on chat rooms, saying she's only talking to school friends when she's supposed to be doing schoolwork, I should add, I could walk out and neither of them would notice." A cheerful and kind midwife, Daphne now appeared to have a second full-time job, keeping an eye on